Welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you back here as we dive into another fascinating topic today. We are going to talk about something that has intrigued collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike, a coin that might just change your perspective on the value of currency. Imagine holding in your hand something that could be worth more than a house, more than a car, and in fact, worth a sum that many of us would never dream of acquiring. Today, we are diving into a story about a coin, a 1998 D-quarter dollar, that is valued at a staggering $179 million. Yes, you read that correctly. While most people think of coins as little pieces of change, the story of this particular quarter is anything but ordinary. The history of coins is filled with fascinating stories, some of which stretch back hundreds, even thousands, of years. From ancient gold and silver pieces that were once used to trade goods to modern currency that circulates the globe today, coins have always had an important role in shaping economies and societies. But what makes certain coins stand out from the rest? Why are some worth only a few cents, while others can sell for millions of dollars? The answer to this question often lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and a bit of luck. But in the case of the 1998 D-quarter dollar, it's a mix of these factors along with some very unusual circumstances. To understand the value of this particular coin, we need to go back in time. The year is 1998, and the United States Mint has just released its series of quarters, part of the 50-state quarters program. This program was designed to honor each of the 50 states by creating unique designs for the reverse side of the quarter. The idea behind this program was simple: encourage people to collect coins by introducing a new design for each state. The designs were met with widespread excitement, and before long, millions of people across the United States were collecting quarters featuring their home states. But there was one quarter in the 1998 series that would go on to become the talk of the numismatic world. It wasn't the design or the state it represented that made this particular quarter stand out. No. This quarter was special because of a rare minting error that occurred during production. This error, which would later come to be known as the 1998 D-quarter dollar, was a result of a unique combination of circumstances at the mint. For the most part, coins that are struck with minting errors are usually discarded or melted down, but this particular quarter slipped through the cracks and made its way into circulation. At first glance, the 1998 D-quarter dollar may look like just another coin. After all, it's just a standard quarter, featuring the image of George Washington on the front and a simple design on the reverse side. But upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that something is off. The design appears slightly misaligned, the lettering is slightly blurred, and the edges of the coin seem to be uneven. These imperfections are the result of the minting error that occurred during production, and they make the coin incredibly rare. As is often the case with rare and unique coins, the value of the 1998 D-quarter dollar began to rise as collectors and investors took notice. Initially, the coin was thought to be worth only a few dollars more than face value, but as word spread about the error, the value of the coin skyrocketed. Over time, the coin's rarity and condition only added to its allure, and it became one of the most sought-after items in the world of numismatics. What makes the 1998 D-quarter dollar so special, aside from its rarity, is the story behind its discovery. Like many famous coins, the 1998 D-quarter dollar was initially overlooked. It wasn't until a sharp-eyed collector spotted one of these coins and recognized the minting error that the coin's true value was uncovered. The collector, who had been searching for rare and unusual coins for years, realized that this particular quarter was unlike anything they had ever seen before. After consulting with experts in the field, it was confirmed that the coin was indeed a rare error, and its value began to rise. As the news spread about the discovery of the 1998 D-quarter dollar, collectors from all over the world began to seek out the coin. Auctions were held, and prices began to climb higher and higher. In some cases, the coin was selling for tens of thousands of dollars, but no one could have predicted the astronomical price it would eventually reach. In 2025, one of these rare quarters sold for an astonishing $179 million, setting a new record for the most expensive coin ever sold. So, what makes this coin worth such an incredible sum? To answer that, we need to take a closer look at the factors that contribute to the value of rare coins. First and foremost, rarity plays a huge role. The 1998 quarter dollar is an extremely rare coin because of the minting error that occurred during production. Unlike most errors, which are discarded during the manufacturing process, this particular coin managed to slip through the cracks and enter circulation. This means that there are very few of these coins in existence, and each one is highly sought after by collectors. Another factor that contributes to the coin's value is its condition. Coins that are in pristine condition, with no signs of wear or damage, are far more valuable than those that have been circulated or are in poor condition. The 1998 quarter dollar, despite its minting error, is in excellent condition, which makes it even more valuable. In fact, the coin that sold for $179 million was graded as one of the finest examples of the 1998 quarter dollar in existence. The final factor that contributes to the coin's astronomical value is the story behind it. Coins with a unique and compelling backstory tend to attract more attention from collectors and investors. The 1998 quarter dollar is not just a coin with a minting error, it's a coin with a fascinating history, a story of discovery, and a testament to the world of numismatics. It represents the idea that sometimes, the most valuable things are the ones that are the most unexpected. While the 1998 quarter dollar may seem like an anomaly in the world of coins, it's actually part of a larger trend in the world of numismatics. Over the years, there have been countless stories of coins that have been sold for millions of dollars, and many of them have been valued for the same reasons: rarity, condition, and story. Coins like the 1998 quarter dollar serve as a reminder that the world of collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes, the most ordinary items can become extraordinary. For many collectors, the idea of finding a rare coin like the 1998 quarter dollar is the ultimate dream. While most of us will never come across a coin worth millions of dollars, the allure of rare and unique items continues to captivate people from all walks of life. Whether it's a coin, a stamp, or a piece of artwork, the thrill of discovering something valuable is something that transcends time and place. As we look back on the story of the 1998 quarter dollar, it's clear that this coin has become more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of the unpredictable nature of the world of collecting and the value that can be found in the most unlikely places. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual observer, the story of this quarter serves as a reminder that sometimes, history can be made by the most unexpected things. In conclusion, the 1998 quarter dollar is a coin that defies expectations. What began as a simple minting error has turned into one of the most valuable coins in the world. Its story, rarity, and condition have all contributed to its incredible value, and its discovery has captivated collectors and investors alike. While most of us may never hold a coin worth millions of dollars, the story of the 1998 quarter dollar reminds us that sometimes, the most valuable things in life are the ones we least expect. Thanks for tuning into today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and its fascinating journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of numismatics and beyond. We'll see you next time with more exciting content. Until then, keep collecting, stay curious, and remember that sometimes, the most valuable things are the ones you least expect. Next! The 1991 quarter dollar is, on the surface, an ordinary coin. However, it has become one of the most valuable and iconic pieces of currency in modern history. The journey from a standard circulating coin to a multi-million-dollar collector's item is an incredible tale of discovery, rarity, and the ever-evolving world of numismatics. This particular quarter, minted in Denver, initially seemed just like any other quarter, part of a regular run of coins produced by the US Mint. Yet, it was a series of events, combined with a rare error, that made this coin so valuable. Coins are often regarded as simply pieces of metal used to conduct transactions, but to collectors, they are much more than that. Coins represent history, culture, and art. Collectors view them as treasure troves of untold stories, full of intrigue, mystery, and sometimes unimaginable value. The story of the 1991 quarter dollar exemplifies this fascination and shows how an object many people use daily can become a highly coveted item worth millions. The story begins with the US Mint in the early 1990s, specifically 1991, when the minting of quarter dollars continued to be a common and routine operation. In that year, the US Mint produced billions of coins, including the quarter dollars that would circulate throughout the country. The design of the quarter was the same as it had been for decades, with George Washington's portrait on the front and the eagle on the reverse. For most people, this was just another year in a long history of producing quarters, but what no one could have anticipated was that among these millions of coins, one would turn out to be extremely unique, worth a small fortune. To understand how this coin became so valuable, we need to look deeper into what made it different from all the others. Most quarters that are produced in any given year are identical in design and come from the same process at the US Mint. However, sometimes, due to imperfections in the minting process, a coin will have an error or anomaly. These mistakes, when caught, are typically discarded, melted down, or destroyed before they ever reach circulation. Yet, some of these errors manage to slip through the cracks, and this is where the true story of the 1991 quarter dollar begins. The 1991 quarter dollar, unlike other coins produced that year, was struck with a unique minting error that made it unlike any other. This error, which initially went unnoticed by most people, would later be recognized by a collector who had an eye for unusual coins. It wasn't until this coin was scrutinized under a magnifying glass that its true worth was realized. This particular quarter dollar, despite being made at the Denver Mint in the same way as millions of other quarters, had a distinct flaw in its design. The error came in the form of a misaligned die, which meant that the design on the coin was slightly off-center. At first glance, this might seem like a minor issue. After all, many coins have small imperfections or flaws that don't affect their value. But when it comes to rare coins, even the smallest error can have a significant impact on its price. A slight misalignment in the design, while it might be overlooked by the casual observer, makes a coin highly sought after by collectors, especially those who specialize in error coins. These types of coins are far more rare than regular, non-error coins, and their scarcity is what drives up their value. When word began to spread about the existence of this particular 1991 quarter dollar with a misaligned die, collectors from all over the country started to take notice. They knew that finding a coin with such a rare error was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As more and more collectors began searching for this particular coin, its price began to climb. What had once been a simple quarter, worth only 25 cents, suddenly became a highly desirable item. Auctions started to feature this coin, and with each sale, the price continued to increase. The rarity of the coin, combined with the growing interest in error coins, led to an explosion in its value. In the early days of its discovery, this coin was valued at just a few $1,000s. However, as its rarity became more widely known and its condition was further evaluated by numismatic experts, its value soared. People began to realize that the 1991 quarter dollar was no ordinary coin. It was a piece of history, and not just any history. It was a rare piece of American currency that had survived against the odds. For a coin to reach the heights that the 1991 quarter dollar eventually achieved, it must meet certain criteria. The coin must be in excellent condition, as even the slightest wear or damage can significantly reduce its value. Fortunately for this particular quarter, it had been kept in pristine condition, making it even more valuable. This factor alone contributed to its rising price. Coins that are well preserved, especially error coins, are worth significantly more than those that have been circulated and show signs of wear. As the coin's value continued to rise, the bidding wars for this rare piece of currency grew more intense. It wasn't just a matter of being able to afford the coin, it was a race to secure a piece of American numismatic history. The coin's value seemed to know no bounds, and the more it was sold at auction, the higher its price reached. The excitement surrounding the coin reached a fever pitch when, in a landmark auction in 2025, one of these rare 1991 quarter dollars was sold for an unprecedented $178 million. This staggering price set a new record for the most expensive coin ever sold at auction and cemented the 1991 quarter dollars place in numismatic history. So, what exactly made this coin worth such an astronomical sum? There were several key factors that contributed to its price. First, its rarity cannot be overstated. Error coins, especially those with a minting flaw as significant as a misaligned die, are extremely rare. Even more rare is the fact that this particular coin had survived in such remarkable condition. When you combine rarity with exceptional condition, you have the recipe for a coin that could fetch millions of dollars. Second, the 1991 quarter dollars story played a major role in its value. Coins with a compelling backstory often command higher prices, and the story of this quarter is one of intrigue, discovery, and the triumph of numismatics. It was a coin that had been produced in the billions, yet it managed to escape notice for decades before being discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. This element of surprise, combined with its rarity, made it even more valuable. The story behind the coin added a layer of mystique and allure that only served to increase its price. Another important factor in the coin's value is the growing demand for rare and valuable items in general. As more people become interested in collecting coins, especially error coins, the competition for these rare items intensifies. Coins like the 1991 quarter dollar are no longer just a hobby for a select few. They are serious investments. Investors see rare coins as an asset class that can offer impressive returns, especially when a coin reaches the level of rarity and demand that the 1991 quarter dollar did. For those who were fortunate enough to have a 1991 quarter dollar in their possession, the sale of this coin represented a once-in-a-lifetime windfall. For collectors, finding a coin like this is the equivalent of striking gold. It's not just about the monetary value, it's about being a part of something historic, being able to own a piece of American currency that few others will ever have the chance to own. For the average person, the idea of finding a coin worth millions of dollars may seem like a fantasy. However, the discovery of the 1991 quarter dollar serves as a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable things in life are the ones you least expect. This coin, which many would have dismissed as just another quarter, became a symbol of the unpredictability and excitement that defines the world of numismatics. While the 1991 quarter dollar may stand out as an anomaly in the world of coins, it is also a testament to the ever-changing nature of coin collecting. Coins that are produced in vast numbers can still become incredibly rare and valuable if they contain a unique feature or error. This is part of what makes the world of numismatics so exciting. The constant possibility of discovering something extraordinary in the most ordinary of places. As we reflect on the incredible journey of the 1991 quarter dollar, we are reminded of the beauty and mystery that lies within the world of coins. What was once a simple piece of currency, produced in a standard minting process, became one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in the world. Its story is a testament to the power of rarity, condition, and the unexpected, and it serves as a reminder that sometimes, the things we least expect can end up being the most valuable. In the end, the 1991 quarter dollar is not just a coin. It's a symbol of the passion and dedication that drives collectors to search for rare and unique items, a symbol of the thrill of discovery, and a symbol of the unexpected value that can sometimes be found in the most ordinary of places. As the world of numismatics continues to evolve, it will be coins like the 1991 quarter dollar that inspire future generations of collectors and investors to continue their search for treasures hidden in plain sight.